video just after Christmas, and I want to make today a tri-fold card. I just love this. I think it's absolutely stunning. However, I'm not recreating a female card, although if I get requests, I will make this version that I've made. The papers will be slightly different, but I could recreate something very similar to this. But today I'm going to make it in a male version. So I'm going to put this away so I don't get it spoilt, and move that out of the way. There we go. And we're going to make a veil version. Right, so what you will need is a piece of card that is 12 long by 4 7/8, and all we're going to do is score that at 4 inches. So we're going to put that in, score it at 4. There we go, 4 and 8. Okay, 4 and 8. Okay, there we go. I'm using, I think it's grey granite, I think, or basic grey. It's one of the two greys. But you can make this obviously in any colour you like. And I'm just going to fold it so that it makes a concertina like that. So I'm just going to score my card, make sure it matches up top and bottom. Right. Look. And do that. Okay. And I just like to run along the edge. You've seen me do this many times. It just gets rid of any burrs, and we only need it on the top one. Okay, so it will make sure I've done it right. I've done it. So it should have, so you pull it out like this. So your fold should be on your right hand side. Okay, and we have got a piece of, and I'm actually choosing, you could use card, I'm actually choosing to use DSP to make it that little bit thinner. Now this measures, I'm going to use my ruler in case I make mistakes in telling you off that. So it is 3 3/4 by 4 5/8. So you want 3 of those for the front, and you want 3 of those for the back. So I had enough for this one to be able to do it with the same one. However, on this one I cannot. This was an ombre paper in Celebration, and that is currently coming up in January. So look out for great papers to be able to get for free. I am no longer a demonstrator, but absolutely love the products, and I do endorse them very much. If I'd got the money, I'd keep buying, because fabulous. The papers, excellent quality. Love how the colours coordinate together, and your inks and everything, and your ribbons. So they're wonderful. So I'm just going to put these on. So I'm leaving equal increments all the way round. So I'm going to put these 3 papers on here. And this, as I say, this is old colour, Bermuda Bay. On the back's Blushing Bride. And I think both of those colours are no longer available. I think I'm right in saying that. Blushing Bride's finished. I definitely know Bermuda Bay's finished. I just love this colour though. It's beautiful. And that was some time back. This was a recent Celebration paper. I think at the very last celebration. That might have been in the September, July, whatever. Right, so these, I will give you the measurements of these. Just bear with me. I put this one on before giving it you, so I will go back in a minute and give you what that measures. Where are we? So, ruler, just had it in the hand, there we go. So this measures 4 3/8 by 3.5. So that's going to sit on there. And I thought these were quite nice for a male. I was going to do on the ocean, and I might make another one on the ocean some other time. But I ended up where I changed. I cut out all these papers and then I changed my mind totally about what I wanted to do. So that's the way things go. So you could do 3 different papers. I have gone where I've done 2 for the outer borders and a different one in the middle. But you could do, if you've got coordinating colours, you could do them all different. I think actually on the other card, no, I think I did do this. I did do the outer colour, the ones the same, and then the inner one different. Okay, so we'll put, oh, we may as well do the back as well, I think, really. I may as well. So those sizes that I just gave you for the 2, I'm going to just do these on here just exactly the same, so may as well get that out of the way. I think, yeah. So decide on where I'm going to have the ombre effect. I don't think it matters. Let it go in and out of colour like that. Okay. So I'll just give you the measurements again of these. Just let me put one on and then I'll give you the measurements again. So measurements, just in case you're following along and thought, oh, what was that? So that's 4 5/8 by 3 3/4. And that was 3 on the front and you want 3 on the back. So I've done the paper. If I'd have got the plain paper like I'd got on the front, if I'd got enough of that left, I would have gone again with the plain one, but I haven't. I've got this one that's still coordinating, so I'm going to go with this one. Okay, and then the third one. Now this will fit in a regular C6 envelope when it's finished, so you'll see that we make it taller in a minute. Okay, there we go. So that's for the back, and then again we've got the 3 papers, and I'm going to go this time with 2 birds on the outside. I'll give you this again, which is 3.5 by 4 3/8. So I've done the 2 birds on the outside. So I could do all this plain, but we'll make it the birds. So we'll put equal increments all the way around. Going there. And I just thought we'd have an abstract one for the middle in the colour scheme. Because originally I was going to kind of do the sea theme, and of course these would have worked for doing the sea theme, but in the finisher, just let me make sure, yeah, I've done it right. Phew. I thought this will work on the other side. So a bird theme. You could of course make your own DSP, which I've done in the past if I've not got anything particularly if you've got some plain DSP, it's easy to stamp on the top and introduce your own colours. Now what I'm going to do is it's going to have a gift card holder, and so I'm bringing in from the front as well. I have got this going off on the front, so I've done this on the back as well. So this measures 1 7/8 by 3.5, if I remember right. Yes, 1 7/8 by 3.5, and we're just going to use a circle punch. So this happens to be 1.5, and I'm just going to eyeball it and try and get it in the middle, just taking a little bit off like that. So this can be for a gift card. So I'm just going to stick glue very slightly around the edge. Just right at the edge, and then I'm just going to stick this right over the top. That should fit very nicely over the top of there, and we've got the DSP going in there. And I can't get my fingers underneath because I've had my nails done for Christmas, and can't now pick up anything, so that's funny. So that is for the gift card to fit in, so that you can send a birthday card with gift. This is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. I'm going to put this in the middle, and this will be, just let me make sure, yeah, that's right. So that will sit on the back as the gift card, and then your message will be hidden inside. So I'm just gonna, this is where you'd write, and this is very vanilla because of the tones of the colors in this is very vanilla, not white. I rarely use very vanilla, so it was nice to do something that you could do with very vanilla. Okay, right, now I'm going to put that to one side for the moment, and then bring in the top pieces. So you want 3 of these, and I happen to have done these in Pool Party, and these need to measure 3 1/4 by 4 5/8. So you want 3 of them, and I'm going to bring in my favourite punch, the trio punch. Let me get rid of my circle out of the way, give myself some more space, and bring in this. Now I tend to use it the other way normally. I kind of have it like that, but for this I wanted to turn it the other way. Let me make sure that I'm getting it the right way. Yes, I am. So I'm having it so that this round bit is at the top, and of course you put it in and then flip it over, then flip it over and flip it over, and you will have this lovely scalloped edging now. So I'm going to do that on all 3 of my sheets. So just making sure I don't move my punch. So going over, flip it back and flip it back. So you're just changing it around all the time again. So flip it in, flip it over, flip it over and flip it over. Okay, so I've done my 3 now, my 3 cards, but we're wanting to take it down with the DSP. So this DSP measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/8, and we're going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to put it in exactly the same angle, turn it over, flip it over and flip it over. So that will sit nicely and give us a nice margin to really make it pop. Okay, so we're going to do those. So let's just finish these off now. It's getting a bit stiff because it's building up underneath. I need to really, should really move that, but hey ho, we're all right. Now why I've particularly done it this way, now I'm going to have to move it, it's getting too high. There we go, and that's that, there we go. Now it's punching better because I've got rid of all that. Okay, so let's just get rid of those. And you can actually use these to do pictures. So you could put a picture and you could put those over your card to keep in photographs. Right, okay, so let's glue these on. So I gave you the measurements of these. So again, I've gone for doing two the same on the outer. I think on my original card I did 3 different ones that coordinated. So we'll have a nice big border. Let's see, make sure I've got that straight. So I'm just going to put these all on together. Now, I was telling you why I particularly chose this way, because there was a punch, and I don't know whether it's called Everyday Label. It's unfortunately it's no longer available, but it has this nice cutout here that matches that and the down. Okay, there's the bit of the round. So I just thought that that went really well with how the punch is. So I thought, yeah, really like that. So let's go for using those two together. So that's what I love about Stampin' Up, because they bring things out. And if you don't get rid of your old stuff and you've still got some old stuff, you'll find that new stuff will coordinate with it. So hopefully we've got those all right. Okay, so I'm going to bring in now my trimmer. Now we need to bring in my trimmer because we need to actually get one of these, and we're going to stick this on here. I've got it right way, so you got it, so your fold is on the side. We're going to put this on the top, but we don't know whereabouts we need to stick it. So what I'm going to do is open my trimmer up. I'm going to place my card so that it'd be where that would be where the blade ran, so it's halfway between your track. It doesn't matter if you don't get this 100% spot on. This is just a good guide. So I'm butting up there, and I'm going to pull back this until I get 5 7/8. Now you can stick your ruler in if you've got a ruler. Stick it at your 5 7/8 if you want to be precise like this, and then put that up there and just make sure it's in the middle. Okay, or you can move it along so that it's at 6 inches and you've gone there. Now that might be a bit too difficult for you, so stick in there and making sure. Now I know that I need to have just the top part not glued, so I'm going to glue all this bottom. Now it's only on the first one that you really need to be fussy, because the rest of it will all fit together nicely now. So I'm going to make sure, going to go again for making sure that I've got that where it would be in the middle. This I'm looking on my paper here to get it, and that about there. So that's about there, and that will make my card the standard 5 7/8. So I'll remove my trimmer now and just make sure that's a little bit wonky, so I need to straighten it up. So I know now that that's going to be about right. So make sure it's straight. Okay, we're going to bring in the next one now and open your card up like that, and then we know we need about 3/4 or just over 3/4 really. It's about 4/5 really of it, so 4/5. I'm going to do that, and now what we're going to do is place it so that the top of the card matches with the one underneath, and then hopefully, yeah, Can you see it matches with the one underneath? So now that is in the right place. Now on this one, we're going to do it slightly different. We're going to bring the card over towards us. So we're going to make sure that we've got all our glue on. And this time we're just going to sit it on top of this card. So make sure that that's in the right place. Sit it on top like that. So, up there. And then just gently bring this one over now. Oh, I've gone too high with my glue. I've gone too high with all of them. Right, so I'm just going to rub off that glue. So I went too high. There we go. And I want a bit high there as well. So watch that. Make sure you don't get carried away like I did then and got the glue a bit too high. There we go. That's fine. Okay, let's just drop that off. So then we should have them so that they all sit on top of one another beautifully. And we pull it out and we can decorate now. So what I've done, as I say, I've cut these out, and I've cut these out with the DSP that I used, the bit that I cut off because they were 6x6 papers. I've used that to cut out these. Now this happy birthday is not just in the early espresso. I don't know whether it's gonna, yes, there, can you see the shine? I've embossed this. If you've got clear embossing powder, you can do any colour embossing you want. So all I did was put this in and you really do need a stamping apparatus, stamping platform, any stamping platform where you can put this in one place, hold it down, and then you did I put those up? Yeah, I put those up. So let me get my dimensionals. I forgot to get my dimensionals. Who's doing that? There we go. Right. So you can use any of kind of the stamping apparatus or anything to be able to emboss with. I'm just going to just make sure I've got some there. So we'll use the edge bits of these to start with. So I'm going to go down the middle because in case I want to tuck anything underneath, I always feel it's better to just go down the middle. So got that little one there. Put that one that way. Okay, I can take those off. So anything. So I just stamped the colour. So I just stamped and I did put this in about in the middle. So I'm looking on this piece only. I'm looking for about the middle position. So of this piece of paper and to get it straight. So I actually stamped in the early espresso and then wiped that off my stamp and then put my Versamark on and stamped it on top and then used clear embossing to finish it off. So we're going to have this leaning on there. So I'm happy that it goes leaning. Now these are all from, and it's still current, Happy Hedgehog. So I've had to fussy cut this out, and I've just done it in early espresso, and I've done this hedgehog in early espresso, and I've done them all on very vanilla. I've done the bird and I've done this. This one you can actually cut out with the punch. And what I did with this one is I fussy cut round the bottom, but then I tried to put it in the punch to give it that edge like the other one got as well. So I had to go at that. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down. So this, as I say, was fussy cut, just early espresso. I just wanted it to be monocolour as much as possible because it's for a male. I didn't want to go fancy cutting, so I'm just going to push that. So I've got to make sure that it doesn't go over this side. So that will, and that's nicely tucked under there. That's nice. Okay, and I'm going to bring in the hedgehog. So I'll put this on dimensionals. Now this is the one that cuts out with the, I've done it. This is the one that cuts out with the punch, which are, as I say, still available. They're from the annual catalogue. So you sometimes forget, because I can't remember when I had to finish being a demonstrator now, and you forget, because I've had this set a very long time. I thought it probably was not current, and I was so pleased when I looked that it's still current. Now I thought I'd also cut out some of the layering leaves, and again I'm very vanilla, and I've just done them with early espresso. So I'm just going to glue that and let that come over the top of here. So let it tuck under and go over a bit there to just give it some added interest up there. Okay, we'll give it some dimension. And so the happy birthday, if you want to know where I got the happy birthday from, that is Buddy Bonanza. But there's lots of happy birthdays that'll fit in punches. It all depends on what you've got. And then Etched in Nature, I love this, and I think it is now on other stamp sets. Cherish Happy Moments. I think it's a lovely sentiment. The Etched in Nature was in the catalogue, and then they had to withdraw it because it wasn't stamping properly. But this Cherished Moment, of course, that stamps well. Okay, and I did exactly the same with the Versamark and the to get it so that it's embossed. And in Etched in Nature, it also had this. It's not particularly stamped well down here. That was half the problem, but it works. So I'm gonna just bring this up on and just bring this around here so that it just comes off there. And again, I'm gonna bring in a branch coming down. I did actually think about cutting out some of, if you haven't got this layering leaf set that cuts out with a punch, it is a staple. I will tell you that it's a staple. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was I think I might stick that down there. Now let's have a look just before I stick that on, if I might actually go for that going off the leaves. So it's tuck his tail under mushroom maybe, and we'll have this. So it's an absolutely fabulous set. I bought the punch straight away when the punch came out, and then the stamp set came out later, and I couldn't wait for it to come out because I thought, oh, it's beautiful. I absolutely adore it. I mean, it's got some great sentiments on it, but these, and it's got speckles which are very useful, and you can actually colour your leaves in, so this will stamp on top of any of these. You don't need it for that one, but I just think brilliant, absolutely fabulous. Right, so let's move this along, and again we've got the Sprinkled with Love. Now I'm sure Sprinkled with Love is on a few stamp sets as well, but it's any sentiment, any punch or die, the probably the, oh, what they called, can't think now. So look, get that in that centre. It'll come to me in a minute. What was I thinking? Now it's gone. It's gone, completely gone. So I will have to have this because of how the wording is. So any die cut, die or punch that you've got that will fit within those the boundaries of what I've given you will work. There is a kind of ovally one that would work. Let's do that going over that way. So you can use the back side of your paper when it doesn't stamp the first time properly because you've rocked your stamp, like I sometimes do. Ooh, don't do that on me. So there. There we go. And I thought we'll have I will put him up on dimensionals as well. So I love it when you just stamp and you don't have to do any colouring. So I thought that worked. Right, I've got yeah, that's it. So we'll put him down here. There we go. And I did actually thought, I've never used this before, but I thought I might have a look if I want these to come off this a bit. I think I will. I'll put them over there. I just thought these are just nice for a mail card because they're not flowery, not fussy. Put that going off there, and okay, and put that going off of there. Put that down. I just thought that's different. Thought that'd be a nice card for a mail. Now I have got some sparkly gems. I did debate about these, but I think these, with them being the same colour, which one did I just use then? I was going to use them, but I don't know whether I picked that one off. So look, did that? Yeah, I did. I picked that one off. So I'm gonna, that's a bit too big for the flower. So they almost hide in the background. So I think I'll stick that one there. So I'll just put 3 on, just for a little added interest. But I just thought, so that folds, as I say, that will fold into a normal C6 envelope, but then when it's stood up, you've got all this scene going off. It's quite interesting. But I think actually I could do with supporting that a little bit. So I'm just going to cut a little bit. That might just fit underneath it. And just see if I can stick that just under there. Yeah, can do. And take that off there, so that will just support that there. But I hope you like that. I want to start making a few mail cards if I can. I started to do a series. I have done a few fun folds for mails, but I thought I'll do this one. So that's the male version, and I say this beautiful one here is the female version. And if I get requests, I will make the female version with the cheerful daisies, because it's gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. I love it. So I say you've got that on the front, so the recipient will see that. Open it up. You've got those, and then on the back you can put in your gift card and write your message there, so it looks nice at the back as well as the front. So thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate that you've stopped by. Hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up and spread it, share it, please. Thank you. Stay well, stay safe. Hope you have a nice New Year's Eve. Goodbye, take care.